What's good, y'all? So, got some stories to tell y'all. My voice is a little sore, or my throat is a little sore, so if I sound kind of off, that's why. But, start off, this video is just gonna be a little life update on, pretty much what I've been going through the past couple months. In no particular order, I'm gonna just list the events as they come to me, right? But most recently, I came out to my entire family, like two days ago. I posted on Facebook. I'll just tell y'all exactly what I said. So, on Facebook, I said I've kept this to myself since I was 13. There he goes. I said I've kept this to myself since I was 13. That my sexuality is fluid. I've experienced attraction to females in the past, but that's mostly gone now. And I said I don't expect y'all to understand, but I love y'all, and I say this respectfully. If you ain't got nothing supportive to say, keep it to yourself. That's verbatim what I posted on Facebook, and then underneath I put a screenshot of the definition of fluid, the Webster's dictionary definition, whatever you want to call it, just so they understood exactly what it was, because you know it's a relatively new term. But yeah, so I posted that, and the responses that I got were, you know, not unexpected. A lot of my cousins, you know, that are not too much older than me, you know, maybe like 10, 12 years older than me, you know, like they got families and kids of their own. I wasn't expecting them to be judgmental, just because, like, mostly because of the time. Not that I've had any conversations with them about sexuality or anything, just like, you know, just who they are as people, you feel me? So, a few of my aunties, my older cousins, some of my old friends from like various points in my life, they all commented, everybody showed love, support. And I should say it's, well, both sides of my family follow me on Facebook, right? Or, I have both sides of my family as friends on Facebook. So, my auntie, my father has 5 siblings. So I got, 5 siblings. So I got 2 uncles, 3 aunties, all with families of their own. My uncles didn't comment. Well, one of my uncles has passed. He's no longer with us. But my other uncle didn't comment. I don't think he really uses Facebook like that because he's a truck driver. But anyway, 2 of my aunties commented. You know, they showed me love and all that. And yeah, and then like everybody else from my mom's side, not everybody, but like, you know, a lot of my cousins and aunties and shit. So doing that was 2 days ago, and today my grandmother called me, and y'all know how it typically go with the elders, right? So my grandmother called me because one of my cousins called my grandfather to see if they had seen the post, because she knows that they don't get on Facebook like that, even though they on there. So told my grandfather, and my grandfather told my grandmother. Haven't spoken to my grandfather yet. Should mention that he is not incredibly homophobic, but he is homophobic. He's also a little bit racist. And then which is, I should say, one of my grandfathers on my mother's side, because my original grandfather and grandmother split and got remarried. So my grandmother, my mother's mother, called me today. And we had, about a 30-minute conversation. She started off with, I'm angry and I'm disappointed. Should be stated that my grandmother is Christian, right? Even though she grew up that way, and then for a minute she was agnostic, but now she's like really Christian again. So that conversation itself wasn't unexpected. Definitely wasn't expecting her to say she was disappointed. My grandmother is a intelligent individual. Maybe not emotionally, and definitely maybe not as emotionally intelligent as me and some other members of my family, but she's intelligent, right? She built her own business from the ground up. She's got a lot of life experience. She's one of the major. She's probably like the matriarch of the family, because whenever we have family gatherings, it would always be at her house, right? So yeah, so she called me and told me she was angry and disappointed. I think maybe she was angry that I didn't tell her on like face-to-face call, because she was like kind of upset. She was like, "Why do you young people always have to put your business on social media? I don't get it." And I just explained to her that was the easiest way to let everybody know. But yeah, typical conversation aside, she gave me the classic Christian rhetoric talk, all that. But in that conversation, one of the last things I told her, because she asked me, she was like, I still love you and all this. I don't agree with this and this and that. But I still love you. She was like, is there anything that you wanted to tell me or ask or whatever? Or is there, sorry, no, she said, is there anything else that you wanted to tell me? And what I said basically was something that, it's always in the back of my mind, but I told her that I wish we lived in a world where parents didn't assume that their kids were straight out the womb, and not straight out the womb, like straight as in hetero. Because that's, I've mentioned that before. That's what a lot of parents do. That's what our society is. We place these expectations on our children as soon as they come into this world, and then when they don't meet those expectations or they're a little different, then we're disappointed because they're not living up to our expectations. But yeah, so I told her I wish we lived in a world where we didn't assume everyone was straight out the womb, and maybe parents would just let their be happy to meet their kids and be like, I wonder what type of person you'll be, instead of just saying, oh, I can't wait till you have your wedding day, I can't wait till you go to college, I can't wait till you do this and this and that. Because it's just not a healthy approach to have. It's not healthy to impose all of your expectations and beliefs onto your child. Like I've mentioned before, you're gonna have low stuff anyway, but it's just healthier for all parties involved to think you could be anything you want, you could be any way you want, I just want you to be happy, right? And she was like, okay, I understand that, but it'll never be that way. He was talking about, just from my life experience, I don't see a lot of progress or anything like that. And my grandmother, everyone's entitled to their beliefs and all that, but because of her beliefs, I didn't press the issue. I just said what I had to say without getting too into it, because we would have been there for a minute. But when she said she didn't see any progress, I'm like, there's definitely been some progress. But she wanna talk about racism still here. But I'm like, yeah, Jen, but we still, there's definitely been progress in racism, sexuality, all that. But I feel like, she doesn't think there's progress because she's not looking for it. I see that shit all the time. But yeah, so that was today. And as of this point, I'm officially out to, well, yeah, I'm officially out to everybody. If they don't already know now, like, the post is still there. I'm not taking it down. So they'll either see it eventually, or, next time, whoever doesn't know, I'll just, let them know. Yeah. So that's one thing. And to that point, I'm gonna make another video. I'm gonna make at least 2 more videos after this one. One of them is going to be on the importance of coming out, and then another one is going to be about my friends. Some of my friends, some of my coworkers who I think are bi-curious. We'll get into those stories in the next video. But yeah, moving on from that. The same day that I came out, my former best friend hit me up. He asked one of the my former best friend, as in the one I made videos about this before. He the one that threw the rock through the window, wanted me to come fight him. All that kind of stuff. But yeah, so my boy hits me up, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but we did meet. We've linked up like since that whole incident, because after that we wasn't talking for like maybe a year and a half. Then I ran into bro at the beach. He seemed like he had calmed down. He was more stable mentally. And then we ended up hanging out and getting drinks at the park like we used to do back in the day, let's say. But we never really got to the root of like the cause of all that, because when I brought it up, bro, he basically, he apologized, but he also at the same time kind of swept it under the rug when I was trying to get like more detailed into it. So this time, bro hits me up, and it's when me and my bro, like we have like he's my best friend, right? So when it's not no drama, all that, like we back like we never left. You feel me? So he hit me up. He was like, "Oh, Crip, you ugly, cut," and I'm like, this nigga. So yeah, he started off laughs, jokes, all that. Get a little further into the conversation past all the banter, and I was like, bro, if we gonna be cool like we used to, we gotta talk about like what happened, because I still don't understand what actually went down. Like, you told me there was some niggas that you was fucking with that was speaking on my name, saying that I said some shit about you, when I don't fuck with nobody but the crew. It's the only people I really fuck with like that are my 2 cousins and my 3 homies. That's how it's been since I graduated high school. Living in LA. It's just been them. In these past few years, everybody split off. We ain't really the squad no more. I'm like, bro, you know I don't fuck with nobody else. So I asked him that, and basically he said that whoever was saying whatever, because apparently whoever these niggas were, they knew about me because of my Twitter and my OnlyFans and all that, so whatever. But homeboy said they were lying because they were trying to set my boy up for some type of shit. And I guess he ended up finding that out however which way. I'm not sure. And I was like, bro, like, but even before that, like, you accuse me of stealing your shoes. Like, was the trust that fragile? Like, was the bond that fragile that we ain't got like trust like that? Like, when you been my nigga for 5 years, or you was my nigga for 5 years at that point. You feel me? So, yeah. I say talking to my bro, he has so let's say some mental stability issues from time to time. So my boy, like when he's stable, when he's mellow, he's coherent. We can always have, you know, intelligent conversations. My boy's ego is pretty big though. Let's say that. So yeah. He talked that out with him, like, bro, apologize. He was like, bro, you really didn't deserve that shit. Like, I'm sorry. I let my rage get the best of me, all that. And I was like, okay, bro. That's, to me, you know, it's acceptable. Like, one, because our friendship was as strong as it was, and two, because, like, you know, I'm given some time, I feel like I'm a pretty forgiving person. But it's no, you know, fool me once, all right, cool, no, you ain't fooling me twice, all that kind of shit, right? So it's cool, you know, we gonna squash it, and you know, be as close to how we used to be as we can be at this point, because I'm finna move to Atlanta in a month. And I live in Long Beach, not Inglewood. So I used to live in Inglewood back in the 6-7 months ago. We moved to Long Beach from Inglewood, but homeboy is still over there in Inglewood. So not really gonna be able to see bro like that, especially with working the kind of hours I do. Right. So yeah, after we had that conversation, you know, me and my boys back how we used to be, right? Because when I'm around my boys, like, it's all laughs, it's all good energy, except for that time. But yeah, so I'm happy about that. I did miss my boy. Like, I think about him from time to time, like, you know, all the good times and shit. So I'm happy that we're on good terms again. Right. So came out. My best homie is me and my best homie. We on cool terms again. What else? I already told y'all about me and my situation ending things, and me and him basically talking to the same dude who's from Atlanta, but was out here for photo shoot and all that, right? Was there anything else for this video? All right, so because I'm gonna drop some other videos for y'all in the next few days, I'm gonna leave the rest of the stories for those videos. And I'm gonna get into a little bit more of my spiritual journey these past few months. You know, finding peace, all that. And I should say, I feel a lot lighter. Having come out to all of my family. I've been doing this YouTube shit for like what, 2.5 years, maybe 3 years. And I remember a while back making a video saying that I never planned to come out. But yeah, this spiritual journey that I've been on has helped me grow and find peace and stop caring about things that I needed to stop caring about in order to level up. You feel me? Yeah. So, I'm gonna say the rest for the next video. I'll probably do the importance of coming out before I do the next one. But I'll catch y'all. All right.